The suspended governor of Rivers State, Fubara, last weekend told his supporters to eschew violence in any form and demonstrate a willingness to work for peace. This follows many months of a damaging political dispute between him and the Minister of Federal Capital Territory, Enyi. Fubara said his spirit has left the state government house to underscore his own willingness to lead the charge and sacrifice it all for the sake of peace in Rivers State. Now, we're being joined here in Newsday by Enyi, who is President General Initiative for Transparent Strategy and Good Leadership, to discuss that call for peace in Rivers, as well as assess the impact thus far of sole administrator Admiral Ibas, retired, on governance in the state. Welcome to Newsday.
Thank you, my dear brother.
All right, Chizi, is Governor Fubara under immense pressure to resign, you think? And judging by his statements recently, how far-reaching is this towards democratic norms, you think?
There is nothing wrong with the governor's statement that his supporters should always hear from him, that they should stop abusing or insulting people, that everybody should resort to peace. You will agree with me that that was even the directive of Mr. President. Immediately after declaring the state of emergency, he said he should go and make peace. And the governor didn't stop at leaving the government house. He went as far as visiting Wike to make peace. And I think following the directive of the president, we have also not seen that Wike have made any attempt to also make peace. And this is a man who is an appointee of the president, who said Rivers people should make peace. And the peace is not a one-way thing, it's both ways. Both Governor Fubara, the assembly, Wike should come together and make peace. And Governor Fubara has set the pace. Yet others have remained silent and mute and have refused to make any effort. And everybody is waiting for Fubara to start the peace move. And he has started. So I don't know why his peace move should not be used as against him. And his statement recently that his supporters should stop abusing people, that in fact his spirit has left government house. I asked one question. Governor Fubara has left government house because he was suspended by the president. Does it mean his spirit should remain in government house while his body should remain in his house? He said his spirit is no longer there because in reality his spirit is also not there. I even asked one simple question. Is his spirit supposed to remain in government house while his body is in his house? If you see his spirit in government house, you will also say that, this man is too ambitious, he's over-ambitious. What is his spirit doing here while he is in his house? He should go back to his house until he is being recalled. So he is just telling you as a man who is a realist, honest personified. There is nothing hidden. People are saying that to him, if he sees his way, he will resign to his fate. What is even wrong with that? At what point was he making that statement? In a place where he is paying the last tribute to our late elder statesman, Pa Edwin Clark. That is to tell you that there is nothing too special about life. There is nothing next to this life, and that life means nothing. All the things we are doing on this earth is just subject to having been born. Now the remaining thing is to die. That statement to Governor Fubara means that there is nothing too special about power. There is nothing too special about power. There is nothing too special about life. Everything you are enjoying here is by privilege. That privilege is that you are alive. Also know that you will die, and when you die, you will leave all these things. Let me even tell you one thing. In that particular program, when people were talking, they were eulogizing the Pa Edwin Clark and also referencing the fact that Fubara was there. People were talking about him. And when he was making his statement, he said there is no need to concentrate on him. That for the purposes of that tribute is for the life and time of Edwin Clark. Let me refer you to when Julius Caesar died and they were about burying him. His friend Antonio went there and said, "We have come to bury Caesar and not to praise him." For all those who were praying Caesar, they were astonished and perplexed. But the reality is that for that purpose, they were burying Caesar. And in the said program where Governor Fubara made the statement was a tribute, a night of tribute. Why not forget about Fubara and talk about the life and time of Edwin Clark and nothing more? Why are people misunderstanding the statement? Senator George Thompson Sekebo, I heard in his response when he said, if Fubara said his spirit is no longer in government house, he should resign. How will he resign? If he resigns now, who will even accept it? He must resign after being recalled. And Fubara advising his people to stop abusing people. What is really wrong with that? And why will even an elder state person like Senator George Thompson Sekebo, who started politics and was in the corridor of power since 1987, he became chairman of Okreka Eleme local government area. And since then till today, he has still remained in power. And he was one of those who even contested with Senator Sekebo, with Fubara. So why is he still making more problem than making peace? Is it that he was still angry that he lost his position? No. For record purposes, he has been a former local government chairman, former House of Reps member, a former senator since 1987 till date. He calculates those born now are now those born then are now adults. So why is he adding pepper to the crisis already in Rivers State instead of making peace? The president said we should make peace. If you're supporting Mr. President, why won't you make peace? And even the second one who is even talking, is he not the leader of those who were supporting Atiku? Who some of them almost lost their life when they wanted to hold their rally here in Rivers State. But that is not what we are talking. What we are talking now is that the president everybody is claiming to be supporting have directed that we should go and make peace in Rivers State. Let there be peace. So why not we oblige to that? Fubara's statement that if he has his way, he will resign is to show you that power doesn't mean anything. It's transcendent. Everybody can attend to that position as to be governor. Unless maybe you are an ex-convict, so you are barred from holding the position of the governor. Here in Rivers State, what we want is peace. Governor Fubara is peaceful. For me, when he made the statement that his supporters should stop abusing people, he didn't say that his supporters should stop talking things that are good. Barrister Chizi is one of his supporters. I'm sure people can attest to that one. I didn't vote for him. I'm not one of his fans, but I am a Rivers person. And he is our governor. Our position is that he should be allowed to rule and govern us because he is governing us well. We that are talking on his behalf does not mean we are his supporters. We are Rivers people. Nobody can shut us from talking. When we see anything that is bad, we will tell you it's bad. Fubara should be allowed to govern Rivers State. That is our position. So him advising his supporters to sheath their sword and make peace. That's the best thing any leader would do. In fact, let me even say one thing. Apart from Nyesom Wike, who other leader have you heard saying heaven will fall at every point in time that you don't want to make peace? If the person who appointed him as a minister can say, let there be peace, you should go and make peace, and you have not made any peaceful move, then you're telling me that Fubara's peaceful stand means that he is fearful or he has thrown the towel. No. The man is just peace personified. Hence, Rivers State should be allowed to be governed by him for us to make progress.
Well, some might interpret the call by Fubara for his supporters to sheath the sword as maybe relatively defeatist, or an indicator of him giving up. I'm just wondering, what other cards do you think the governor has left to play based on what you want? You're saying that you'd like him to be, put back into his rightful place, but what other cards does he have to play from your perspective, legal cards?
Ordinarily, he has started the peace move. And what else should he do? Is to continue to make the peace move. The man himself is law-abiding. So he has advised his people to follow suit. And will also agree with me that Rivers State is no longer making progress for almost 2 months now. By the 18th of this month, the Rivers State have retarded completely. Hence, we are advising the governor to continue to make peace while he resumes his position. However, whether he makes peace or not, let me even ask one question. Can the president even extend the state of emergency to May 2027. Is a no-no. There is no such discretion that he can exercise. It's not possible. You know, it's an assumption that he did this. Ordinarily, the law is that the act should be committed before declaring state of emergency. But the Mr. President never wanted such. He assumed that violence is about to erupt in Rivers State, hence he declared state of emergency. And if you had Governor Fubara when he made statement that day, that was the very first day he made public statement. Yet those who are in the opposing side have been abusing him every day. Even their leader, who is the Enyi Wike, have also refused to address his people to say, calm down in abusing the man. Even Wike attested to the fact that Governor Fubara visited him. And in his public statement, he said he felt for him. That statement is too embarrassing. But what should we do? We only have to go on and on and on to make peace. Now, in Rivers State, why we are pleading with Mr. President to call the governor back is this. Since the inception of this administration, almost all the jobs ongoing has been stopped. Let me mention but a few. If you go to Eleme, the jobs going on there, the contractors have almost left the site. The Port Harcourt Ring Road, which was initiated as a claim by Wike that he initiated the Port Harcourt Ring Road, the Julius Berger has almost gone. The Emohua Obakere Road, that one has been abandoned. And the irony of it is that the stage it is now is inside the community, and they have already tilled the ground, and they've abandoned it like that. So the people there will suffer. My people will say waiting no good. They will suffer waiting no good. Come back to the Calabare Ring Road, internal roads in Calabare. That one has been abandoned. The Omok, the Ahuda Omok Road that was started by Governor Wike, former Governor Wike, now continued by Fubara. Julius Berger has abandoned that area.
Indeed, quite a lot to say. If I may interject, unfortunately, we've run out of time. Chizi Enyi, very insightful discussions there. President General of the Initiative for Transparent Strategy and Good Leadership. I'd like to thank you for your thoughts.